الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام على العباس بن أمير المؤمنين ساقي عطاشا كربلاء باب الحوائج. Dear brothers and sisters, tonight our majlis is not like any other. Tonight is the night of the moon of Bani Hashim, the flag bearer of Karbala, the backbone of Hussein alayhi salam. Tonight is the night of الفضل العباس alayhi salam, and we remember him through a path that defined his life. Khidmah, service to Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَعَظِّمُوا شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. And whoever honors the symbols of Allah, indeed it is from the piety of the hearts. Among these divine symbols are the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah, ziyarat al-arba'in, and the tears of his tragedy, and the khidmah that we offer his visitors. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, الخدمة لزوار أبي عبد الله كخدمة الله. Serving the visitors of Abu Abdullah is like serving Allah. Because in khidmah, the soul becomes purified. The ego is crushed. And what remains is devotion. If you want to understand what khidmah means, don't look at yourself in the mawkib. Look at the one who held the flag and said nothing but labbaik. Abbas alayhi salam was not just a warrior. He was raised for one purpose, to serve his brother Hussein alayhi salam. He never called him akhi, brother. He always said sayyidi wa mawlai. This was not just out of respect, it was his identity. He saw himself as nothing but a khadim, a servant, the right hand of Hussein, his protector, his shield. Abbas followed every command. He lived in the shadow of his brother and found light only in that shadow. The day of Ashura had reached its climax. The children cried, Al-Atash, 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 Al-Atash. Imam Abbas approached his brother with humility in his eyes. Ya Aba Abdullah, هل تأذن لي أن أذهب لطلب الماء لهؤلاء الأطفال؟ Oh Aba Abdullah, do you give me permission to go fetch water for these children? Imam Hussein gave him permission, but he knew what that meant, and he bid him farewell with heavy tears. Abbas mounted his horse and charged through the enemy lines. Thousands stood in his path, yet he was unstoppable. He broke through wave after wave of soldiers until he reached the river, until he reached Ma'il Furat. He dismounted off his horse. He reached down, he held the water in his hands, and he looked at it, and he remembered the thirst of his brother Hussein alayhi salam, and he said, يا نفس من بعد الحسين هوني فبعده لا كنت أن تكوني هذا حسين وارد المنون وتشربين بارد المعين تالله ما هذا فعال ديني ولا فعال صادق اليقين. O soul, after Hussein, what are you? He drinks death and I drink water. By Allah, this is not the way of loyalty. He threw the water back. He filled the jirba. He placed it on his shoulders and he turned back to the mukhayyam. But this was the moment they were waiting for. The a'da. A man struck his right arm and cut it off. It fell to the ground and he said, Wallahi in qata'tumu yamini inni uhami abadan an dini wa an imam sadiq al-yaqini najlu al-nabiy al-tahir al-amini. By Allah, if you cut off my right hand, I will defend my religion and the true imam, the pure grandson of Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Then another man hid behind a nakhla and cut his left arm. He had no hands, but his horse kept riding. His teeth held the jurba, his chest held the banner, and his heart held Hussein. And then an arrow pierced the pouch of water. The water spilled, and the children would stay thirsty. Another arrow struck his eye. A man came from behind him and hit him with a steel pole on his head. He fell from his horse with no arms to break the fall. He called out, "Adrikni ya Aba Abdullah." "Oh Aba Abdullah, come to me." Imam Hussein rode out with his heart torn, his knees shaking. He found Abbas lying in blood. He knelt behind him. He cried out, الآن انكسر ظهري وقلت حيلتي وشمت بي أعدائي. Now my back has been broken. My strength is gone. My enemies rejoice. And then he bent down and whispered, أنت أخي يا Abbas. He kissed his forehead. He tried to lift his body, but Abbas stopped him. He said, سيدي دعني هنا لا تأخذني إلى الخيام. لا أريد أن ترى سكينة أن عمها عاد بلا يدين. My master, Aba Abdullah, leave me here. Leave me here. I don't want Sukaina to see her uncles come back without no arms. Imam Hussein placed his cheek on the cheek of Imam Abbas and let out a cry that shook the sands of Karbala. رحم الله من نادى وحسينا وحسينا. When we say يا ليتنا كنا معكم فنفوز فوزا عظيما, oh how we wish we were with you so we could have achieved the greatest victory, then our answer is this: be a khadim, be in khidmah, be loyal like Abbas, serve like Abbas. And when you carry water or pour tea or feed a za'ir, know that you are saying to Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, I could not give my hands, but I will give my life in your service, O Aba Abdullah. Dear brothers and sisters, if you shed a tear tonight, let it be for the one who had no hands to wipe his own blood. Let it be for the one whose loyalty was unmatched. Let it be for Aba al-Fadl al-Abbas, our moon, our hero, our door of needs. Let us now recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all of the Khaddam of Aba Abdullah al-Hussein and all of the souls of our recent martyrs in the path of truth and resistance. Al-Fatiha masbuqa bis-salawati ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.